Welcome back to the Funky Intellect, everybody. Today we are just talking about hot takes that nobody asked for. And who better to do that with than some of y'all's favorites? Because I've had people be like, oh, I love her voice. Da-da-da-da-da. None other than Bree, also aka Black Gold Texas T. Welcome back to the pod.
And well, good afternoon, Funky Intellect Podcast. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate you.
Listen, I think we talk on the phone all the time, and I think everybody has the same experience where it's a controversial take on the thing, a controversial opinion on the thing, and I feel like we got all the opinions about the things. We listen and we kind of judge. So,
Oh, I definitely judge.
yes.
I was never we listen and we don't judge. I'm a judge.
Yeah, okay. Well, at least we know
blame it on the Scorpio and me.
See, and that's the thing. I be over here trying to find balance, and I mean, I can see why sometimes the Libra scales got to go down, and sometimes you do just have to go on and judge somebody. So it is what it is. So we're gonna go with hot takes on this particular episode. Y'all just hang in there. They will range from stuff that's just why would we be thinking about that to you might actually agree with us on some of these topics. So we're going to do a little ping pong, okay, a little pickleball, back and forth on hot takes. Of course, I'll have a super judgy playlist for you guys coming up.
I'm looking forward to the judgy playlist because I don't know what's on the judgy playlist.
You know what? I'll be honest. I haven't developed the super judgy playlist yet, but it's going to be a doozy. Okay, it's gonna be a doozy. I feel like I want to put like a Quincy Brunson, like questionable face on the front. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna give you 5 songs that bang and make you question, like, why? Why would you do this? Why are you here? All the things. So I will kick it off with my hot take that nobody asked for. And let me say, some of this is it's on me. Some stuff is on me, not projected to
Baby, I got a good hot take on myself already.
Yeah. So in the spirit, yeah, okay. In the spirit of not going too hard, I'll start off with my hot take. I'm not gay enough for pride, and I'm not gay enough for rainbows. I'm sorry.
I do hate rainbows.
I have been trying. It's a twofold situation. Why would we put all those colors together? That's one for the rainbows. The other half of it is it's why it's a hot take. I feel kind of bad saying it. I don't be enjoying pride events a lot of times. Woo!
What?
And let me tell you something. I'm an advocate. I'm a stand-up girl. I'm an advocate. Okay? Sometimes, especially Black Pride, it be just a little hood to me. The hood that I don't like. Yeah. And I feel so bad because everybody knows with Black stuff, like you gotta support, because then people will say, oh, they don't support nothing. They didn't want it. Da 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 da. Right? So I find myself during Black Pride and just regular Pride, being super like choosy. I've only been to one Pride. And I only playing. I said I'm not gay enough. Pride. I said I'm not. I've been to one.
Okay. I'm outside the community, so I don't. How gay should one be?
Listen, okay, the point of Pride is you can simply just be yourself. Gay, not gay, don't nobody care. Just come out, have a good time. Fly whatever flag you want. If it's a straight flag, fly that hoe. Fly that hoe. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's just having a good time. The issue with me comes in is a lot of things that come with it, like the parade. I'm never standing outside on the side.
I feel like you just don't like parades, though. I don't think that's just pride, though. Like, you wouldn't stand out for the Macy's Day Christmas parade either. Like, you not a parade girl.
I wouldn't. But then I narrowed it down because I just feel so bad that when I look at events, I'll just be like, nah, I'm good. The second pride I want to go to though is World Pride, because what it stands for is like inclusion and everybody having a good time. I want to go to World Pride. Okay.
Okay.
World Pride is coming up. I think
Okay.
it's in DC. It's not this year, it might be the next year. Oh, I hope it's not this
Okay.
year because I'm not adequately planned. But I will
Like you
go
go.
to World Pride, and I think that's enough for me. I am my pride. Okay, Black Pride
Okay. All
and
right.
Gay Pride. I enjoy what it is. I want to support. I think I want to be the person that puts like money behind it. And also, if I hosted an event or something like that, it would be a little bit more it would be me, a little bit more
Gonna judge it. You're
upscale.
gonna judge it. You're gonna judge
Bring a
it up.
nice bottle of wine to whatever it is. So I feel like sometimes I feel like I'm not gay enough for pride and I'm not gay enough for rainbows because you ain't finna put all them colors on me.
I mean, I feel like I have been sending you random rainbow stuff that I thought was all right,
Years.
and you every time you,
For
nope,
years. You're not gonna get
nope.
me with that Lena Waithe cake. No, no.
I Nah, I didn't send you the Lena Wave cake. Well, not for that. Not for because that was a bad outfit. I was. It's funny though because Pepper, my daughter's favorite color is rainbow, and she will tell you her favorite color is all the colors. She do not
Good
really
for
feel like
her.
she needs it.
And also the thing about that is too, I'm with Pepper. I don't have a favorite color. I like all the colors, various hues, but I'm probably not going to wear them all at the same time. So if y'all ever catch me outside and I have on rainbow, one probably know it's curated by you, Bree. Like just know
That's good. I will take a few pictures because that means I will have jumped the fence that has been unjumpable forever.
man, I have one rainbow
I
bandana.
have done pastels. I have done different like it don't matter if it's an outfit, a belt, a coat, a shoe, a headband, a sweater. Like it don't matter if it's primary colors, pastels. It like I have tried my level best.
No,
My level best.
something about those rainbows that really get me. So
There's so many colors
I
in
just
it.
feel like I be on the outs. I'm more black than pride. Literally, the one rainbow bandana I have, it's the majority black and it has little rainbow hearts.
You understated. So I guess I could go into my hot take that I have that, and I've told you this before. So I feel like as a Southerner, and this is as a Southern woman,
I already know what it
as
is.
as a Southern Black woman, we have a problem editing when it comes to our stylistic choices. Sometimes
Mhm.
it's just like one accessory too many,
Mhm.
one color, it's like one extra ribbon bow sequin too many. And I feel like because a lot of being Southern is what some people would term over the top,
Mhm.
there is nothing about being Southern that is understated. And so I
Mhm.
feel like when you're trying to do things, and like even in design school, when I was in art school, I would always have to sit with myself and be like, what? There's some, I, let's take something off. Let's,
So there's a
like, do we
little.
need buttons? And like, we just take something out and see how you feel about it. Because I felt like it would be overwrought. And so I feel like I am very conscious of that. But I also say, as Southerners, we lack the ability to pull it back,
We can't help it.
myself included. But
We
we
love
lack the
flair.
ability to pull it back. Baby,
We love
it's gonna
flair.
be it's gonna be boots and flare and sequins and shine. And this is also my theory as to why, like, Rihanna is a fashion girly. Like she's like known fashion wise, but Beyonce, despite being very well dressed most of the time and all that kind of stuff, she never broke through on the fashion stuff because y'all remember House of Darion. House of Darion was also very flashy. It was very much so gold embroidery and it was much. And I feel like it wasn't until we got to Ivy Park where it was much more
Muted. Toned down.
muted, toned down. And I feel like you
Selective.
could tell that the design team was not from here.
They said Beyonce. No.
We gotta pull it back. And I feel like that was her foray. And so she finally found her niche. in kind of athleisure and Ivy Park and everything, but it wasn't like how Rihanna has like really commandeered a fashion presence is not the same. And I do believe it's because that market is for us as Southern women versus Rihanna's is a little more globally aesthetic to me.
I got a question. Is there any like really big Southern fashion person that has made it? You know what I'm saying? What's that lady that make all them ugly bags? They look like quilts. Where's she from?
That is she in Indiana.
She in India. What's her
She
name?
in Indiana. I can see it, but I can't say not Tori.
Yeah,
I
whatever.
can't think of it. But if you think about the people who are from the South, Kendra Scott, the big, rock kind of, necklace of Kendra Scott. I think Tory Burch, maybe. But if you look at the ones, it's a niche. Like you see it coming, like, and it's good to have a point of view because, like I said, like if you were to buy Kendra Scott, you would know it was Kendra Scott. Kendra Scott looked like Kendra Scott how she looked. But
Mm-hmm.
like I feel like that kind of global appeal is tougher because we are naturally inclined to the dramatic.
Listen, right now I'm searching for this Beyonce outfit, baby. I in my heart of hearts, I want all nugget jewelry. I know I can't afford gold right now in this economy.
Nugget jewelry.
In my
Okay.
heart of hearts, I want it all, but it's not functional and I can't do that. So I got to tone it down.
You gotta
Okay.
tone it.
I
And
understand.
sometimes you don't want to tone it down. Like I'm over the top sometimes, quote unquote, whatever. But I feel like on a global scale, it is a lot harder for us to naturally just
Pull back.
pull back because we don't pull back. We're not a pull back people.
It's a hot take, I agree.
That's why our food is good though. So
Talk that
it
talk.
ain't gonna be under It's not gonna be under season. It's not
Talk
gonna
that
be
talk. Talk that talk.
like, and that's why I know people look. They may not request Southern fashion, but they don't request Northern food. So
And on that,
the best chefs that I know
but talk that talk.
down here,
Yeah.
down here,
Okay,
right
you got
down
a
here.
point. That's a good hot take. That's a good hot take. Okay, my next hot take. There is a proper way to ghost a person. Look, look, should we not ghost people? Yes, maybe not. Maybe for safety reasons though, you got to.
Well, for safety reasons, that's something different.
Yeah, and that's technically not what I'm talking about. I literally am just talking about not talking to the person. If you're gonna do it, come on, do it well. You know what I'm saying? Like, dang, don't be out here just crazy.
Well, why are we ghosting?
We don't like them.
What are we ghosting for?
Let me put out a disclaimer. I'm not ghosting anyone. I don't want people to think that I am ghosting anyone, but I will say if you have to fade to black on a person and you are some people just be non-confrontational, and it doesn't even have to be a confrontation, but I think that people avoid conversation, right? And so that's where ghosting came from. So what I'm saying is if you do need to do a soft fade into
A
the
ghost.
bushes, okay, ghosting, there is a proper way to do it. I don't know if you go hard, cold turkey, just block on all social media, telephone number, da da da, da woo, woo, woo. I think that would be the safety thing. But I feel like a proper ghosting is, hey, I see you calling. I just don't have time. Like respond back, but also,
But why can't you just say I'd prefer us not communicate further, and then it's not ghosting. You would just
nope,
telling what you
nope,
prefer.
nope, you missing the point. You missing the point. I think some people can't be that straightforward or don't want to be. Or don't want to be that straightforward. So I feel like if you're gonna ghost, you have to do a hey, I'm just busy, and then like step back. Again, I'm a disclaimer. I'm not ghosting people out here.
You say you're doing a slow ghost.
Yeah, like a slow fade to black. And then you can say, I'm sorry, I just haven't had time. Maybe at this time
See,
we just
I'll be
need.
like, don't waste my time.
That's
Just,
the thing. You're
and
not a
I'm not gonna
ghoster.
like. I'm just like, you know what? And now I will say there have been a couple of times in my former life before I was married and everything. Well, we just naturally just stop talking to each other.
Well, that's actually the best. I mean, I would
That's
say,
when you just kind of both just didn't
yeah, I would say
call each other.
that's the best. But if you have to ghost because for some reason you're scared to be straightforward, I think people really miss the opportunity to just continue to be like, oh, I'm a little bit busy. And then maybe after the third, I'm
Like maybe
busy.
you'll catch the hint if I just keep
Or no,
saying.
I think after maybe like your third, I'm busy, that's when you should deploy the I'm so busy, you know what? Let's never talk again in life. I mean, not in those words, but I don't know if people should be ghosted full blown. I think that's what hurts people's feelings. It leaves them with questions. What
So
happened?
you're just like you're trying to do a helpful ghost.
Nope, not helpful. Not helpful.
It's a
Not
little
helpful.
helpful. It's
A
like
soft,
you're
a
soft,
very soft, like
underhanded
a
pitch.
very reach out, but don't touch. Yeah,
I feel like that makes it more complicated. But I
it
do
does.
kind of see what you mean, but I feel like this is still like
No, it does make it more complicated. You should really just tell a person, but this is specifically for those folks that know they don't have the guts to just be like, "Hey, I don't want to talk to you no more. We just need to never. We don't even need to be friends." You know what I mean? Okay, the people that can't have the hard
we
conversations, there got to be some rules around ghosting. Yeah, I just, I just think it's an idea.
okay.
Yeah, we listen and we judge a little bit. I feel judged a tad, but I would just, again, for the third time, like to say, I'm not ghosting nobody. You'll know what it
We know.
is.
We know. We know. If anything, what's the opposite of ghosting? Is like what is the other side of ghosting? It's like too aggressive.
Now,
Just,
why would you go and say that?
I think that's more your speed.
Now,
You're just
why
like,
would
I wish you had ghosted me. I wish you had ghosted me, but you didn't ghost me, and now
I wish you would go away so I don't have to go? All right. Well, let me just tell you, I would never like to do that again with you my whole life. No,
exactly
thank you.
whatever you don't need know how you you never gonna need to worry about a ghost. You need to worry about whatever the opposite of ghosted. Whoever's listening to this, can y'all tell me what the opposite of ghosted is? Can y'all write that in? Send it in.
Being very kind and direct.
Whatever the opposite of ghosting is,
I'm telling
that's
you
what
right
Joyce
now,
doing.
they ain't got the writing. I'm kind and direct.
Just saying whatever you want to call it. That's probably more what you need to worry for.
Anyway, other people listen to my advice. Just become busy, and at that maybe like at the third, fourth time, you just need to be like, "Hey, so sorry, I've been so busy. Let's I don't know if you want to say let's pick this up at another time because that would just be a bald headed lie. But come up with something that just says nicely, I don't never want to do that. But at least you just let them down easy. It wasn't just a straight cut off. That way, if you see him on the street, you know what I'm saying, you could still be like, oh, hey, how's it going? And keep moving.
I also feel like it may be different because you always say like the gay community in your area is small. So I feel like it would be harder to ghost someone because you're going to see them again.
Yes, you're gonna see them again. But also I've had the sister tell me that she saw this dude again. And I said, oh, how did that go? And he brought it up. I said, oh, you cannot ghost. And if you do, it's a soft fade to black.
So
Don't do that. Cause
they
uh
gonna bring it in. Oh, so
yes.
they
Cause
don't
at
want to talk
some
to you
point
again?
it's not about a queer circle. It's about like people of the same mindset kind of running in the
No,
same circles. And
that makes
I feel like you don't ghost if you can. That's the moral of the story. Don't ghost
no.
if you can. Work on yourself to be direct. Next hot take.
Okay. So this is a hot take on myself slash the dairy industry. So okay. So what here's what happened. So once upon a time, my great grandmother apparently she lost a bunch of weight with this very particular diet. She all summer when my grandmother was at school in college, she decided that she was going to lose weight, and she would eat peaches and cottage cheese. And she ate peaches and cottage cheese like almost exclusively for like a couple months. Now, when I heard this story way back, I was just like, that sounds different. But I have recently been seeing a lot of people putting up on cottage cheese, like cottage cheese is high in protein, et cetera, et cetera. So people have been really pulling out the cottage cheese for stuff. And so I thought to myself, as I'm trying to achieve a greater intake of protein and, weight balance and all of that, and I was like, okay, they had cottage cheese on sale. I'm going to get some cottage cheese. Now, I made 2 missteps in this. One misstep, I did not get the Daisy cottage cheese. Now, the commercials say only Daisy cottage cheese would
You
do.
gotta do Daisy.
Whatnot.
They say it for a reason.
I did not get the Daisy cottage cheese. I got the H-E-B brand cottage cheese.
Also, H-E-B, we still love you.
We do, exclusively. I love
Okay.
H-E-B. Like
Okay.
Central Market, H-E-B, like big ups to
Okay,
y'all.
no H-E-B
The
slander.
only grocery store I really fool with
Cool.
on a regular basis, and Costco. But so I got it, and then I also realized I got what they call the big curd. So the big curd, so like cottage cheese from what you remember, like
understand.
cottage cheese got like little.
It sounds like a poor decision off
But
the bat.
it got like it's big curds, and so I was like, well, you know what? We'll make it work. I was like, now my granny apparently did peaches, but it is February, and so that wasn't necessarily viable. But I did have some oranges, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try something different, And so I did the serving size, got to measure it out. I did the cottage cheese. I put the oranges in there, and I was like, I tasted it, and I said,
That's your fault.
"This was a mistake.
Yeah, that's your fault. That was bad.
This was a mistake." But I blame all the people who've been bringing cottage cheese back up, because no one has been giving the recipes or the consistency, big curd, small curd. No one has been giving the information as readily as just being like, oh, I love cottage cheese, it's so full of protein, that was a great snack, blah blah blah. And I was like, and I was like, I had my granny had did it, back in the day, Lord rest her soul. So I was like, maybe we can make this work. But I feel like I am going to blame a little bit of the fitness and health community for not communicating that there's more stuff you need to do to whatever this is to make it.
I hope that your algorithm brings you the best cottage cheese recipes. However, well, in addition to that,
and people been using it for dips, and like I put garlic and some other stuff in there, and I was just thinking to myself,
but you started with citrus.
I did, but it's a sweet citrus. It's a sweet orange is a sweet citrus, and so I thought, we can make it happen. Now, this is also why it's a hot take on myself, because sometimes I'll see something and I'll just kind of go into it a little half-cocked. Like, Joy knows about my experience with protein coffee. I thought I was going to mix my protein powder in my coffee. Like, because some people do that. And I was just like, let me try. But whatever I tried, I don't know if it was a ratio. I don't know. I don't have the wrong coffee flavor, the wrong protein flavor.
I appreciate your willingness to try. It just might be a little misplaced.
We have to be willing to try new things.
We do. It might just be a little misplaced. Don't nothing about cottage cheese and oranges, even if you try to spin it as a sweet orange, nothing about it. Nothing about it sounds good. And I understand if the fitness community would communicate that a little bit better to us, maybe you wouldn't even been in that situation.
Like, tell me, like, look, I know, for instance, beets. I know I can't stand beets. I know they're nasty, but every once in a while I will get something with beets ice cold, because that's the only way I can drink it. Like beet juice, it got to be ice cold sometimes, because it's good for you. But like, I feel like cottage cheese, it was like, well, it's like, it's cheese, right? So but it's not.
That your
It's,
algorithm is going to
okay.
do what it needs to do. Please let me know how it goes. Also,
It
don't
still got some
never
left. I got to do something with it.
put it in a dip. Moving on. Moving on. My hot take: no weather app or channel should have commercials in your specific area when you are going through a natural disaster. I could punch the lights out of you
Oh, I
people.
agree.
I could just, boy, rock 'em, sock 'em robots, okay? I realized this during, I don't know, one of Houston's many hurricanes, storms, and now we get tornadoes, all the things. And I pulled up that app, and because I haven't paid $1.99 for that Weather Channel app or whatever it is, it pulled up one of those little games where the the animated king is trying to pop all the bubbles or like hold something back.
Oh,
All,
I did that
all,
one. Doing his like the
all,
spikes in his back.
all I want to do is to see if there's a cycling of weather, okay, of
Over your
accumulation of
head.
whatever over my head. They need to turn it off in whatever region is going. You could turn it right back on after we get out of the eye of the storm. You could turn it on. But
I mean,
why would I be looking to the weather channel to, keep me updated? And now I gotta wait. I gotta wait through an ad. Hey, you want solar panels? I don't want solar panels. I want
I
to know
want to
when
know the
the
weather.
sun. I want to know when the sun's gonna come back out, and I don't have to be worried about floating away. And every freaking app that is not maybe like the one built into your phone does that. And but the one built into your phone doesn't give you like
Will take you to the weather.
real
Yep.
time radar. I hate it. I want to fight. I don't know who to fight. But
This is why we need public access. Now, this is one of those things where like you need like government run public access, non advertising, like take the capitalism
well,
out of certain things
look,
for people's safety. Yes.
we ain't gonna get that. We know we ain't gonna get that in the next 4 years. But what I'm saying is, at some point, I said I'm fed up. Okay, somebody got to put their foot down. And you could just bring it back. I'm still not gonna pay that $1.99. I'm still not gonna pay that $1.99.
I can
Okay.
have that.
But now I'm mad at you. So then it makes me never want to pay the $1.99. Before, one foot in, one foot out. Now that
Now it's on
during
principle.
now it's on principle. Now during the hurricane, and you tried to sell me, gumballs, and now I want to fight you. Now I want to fight you. So hot take on that. Take the ads off during a natural disaster before, I don't know what. I was gonna say I beat you up, but it ain't nobody to beat up. But it's not good. It's not good.
I agree with that. That I agree with that too.
Okay, hot take on.
So my other hot take, and as I mentioned, capitalism. Something that's been really irritating me every time I drive by one, and I drive by more than I care to drive by, is Cybertrucks. I'm gonna tell you this: people who drive Cybertrucks did not get hugged enough as children, in my personal opinion. I think that this is one of those vehicles where you are trying to get clout from whatever, like, look at me, I'm driving a Cybertruck.
Yeah,
And it just makes me think it looks like Mad Max. Like it looks like one of those post-apocalyptic like trash cars that people put together and driving around in the desert in the
yeah,
movies. And there's nothing like they're not safe. The stuff just peel off. Like people have shown like how unfortunate these vehicles are. But because there's certain kind of status symbol for it, I guess. And like whenever I see it parked at a regular place, it's like the most like I go to Pilates and there's like a Cybertruck in the parking lot, like going to the ice cream shop next door. Like,
who sent you? Why is you here?
why? Why? What? It is ugly. Why? And I just feel like it is one of those things where you did it pure. You did not do it for you did it purely because you thought it would impress other people, somebody, enough that you felt like you needed to do this. And I'm just like, every time I see one, it puts me in a bad.
Like that
At the
voiceover,
ground
and
up.
here comes a Cybertruck. Yeah,
Yeah, here comes a Cybertruck. Like, and then they wide, they take up a lot of parking. It's
not
just
good.
there is nothing appealing about Cybertrucks. You can't pay me to believe Teslas are badly made. You can't pay me to support any of those cars, but especially
The
a
Cyber.
Cybertruck. I hate it. I
I get
hate
it.
Cybertruck.
I'm not mad at that. Every time I see him, I be like, there they go. All right. Good luck. Like, it's something about it. It's no bueno. I get that.
It's gonna snap your finger off or something.
I get that. Okay. My last hot take, because we're running out of time. Neck up photos are inconsiderate. And that's stupid. Neck up
Go
photos
ahead.
only,
Go ahead.
those are selfies. And what I'm going to say is, if you only take them, that's selfish. It's inconsiderate. We want to know what your whole body looks like. I know, but I'm saying it. Do
You
not
know,
only take neck up photos. Do not only take neck up photos. We need to see your full body at some point. I'm not saying at every point. Okay. Okay. Selfie, see, whatever. What I'm saying is just give me the whole thing. So I know it's kind of like when somebody died. We want to know how it happened and who doing the body. Like, go on and give me all the information that I need. Okay. If you're
I
going to be
don't
out
think that's
here
an
on the
inaccurate
interwebs,
analogy. Okay, so
you disagree.
you know what I'm gonna say.
What? And you're probably wrong. Don't come on my podcast
Not that I'm
disrespecting
probably
me.
wrong.
Don't come on my podcast disrespecting me.
I listen because it's not. I will say it's not the face card. Okay, the most important card. Like,
Yeah, but if I can't get past your face, we can't go to the place.
but like this is like you need a good viewing of the visage.
We love to
Okay,
see it. We love to see it. Also, at least 10 slides back, I'm going to need to see you out in the wild
I feel
doing
like this
something.
is tinged with like I want to make sure that you're not like obese.
No, I just want to make sure that I know what you look like from top to bottom. You can be obese. I don't get be
But
obese.
what? Okay, so what
You
is
can
that?
have.
But like, if you see the person, you'll see what they look like.
Oh, I'm not talking about for people that you're just meeting, like romantic interest. I'm literally talking about everyone. What do you mean? I don't care.
Everyone needs to show the whole body.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah, just at least just at least once out in a while. Like you could have a missing leg, you could have being a witch. I don't give a damn.
That's
But I
weird.
would like to see all
That's
of
weird.
you and not just all the photos just being here,
That's weird.
here.
No, that's weird. I disagree. I feel like people should share of themselves what they are comfortable sharing of themselves. And if that is face, and if I mean from Facebook, it's for face saying in the name. Facebook is for faces, it's
I'm
not for
out
bodies.
here. I want to see legs and hips and what body
I
of
I
everyone.
appreciate people who do a whole body situation, but I don't feel like it's a necessity for you to
Listen,
like if you just see me right now, I'm just a floating head. I'm just a
that's
floating
fine. I'm
head.
saying everything shouldn't be a floating head. Give us some fashion. Give us some action. Were you hiking? Give me a variety. What you
Okay, so you're
doing?
saying just selfies does not show enough personality for you. You don't
No.
know
I
enough
follow
information.
if I follow an internet cousin, I'm like, cousin, what you doing? I want to know
You wanna
everything,
know?
cousin. Like, what's going on? And cousins don't just be, they internet cousins. So, they not where you are. They
Mm,
everywhere. So all
mm.
I'm saying is give everybody a little something. I don't think I could just follow an account and just show here. Even so, even if I had a friend that like only showed their face, I would also ask them like, girl, why ain't
But
you show
what
the
if it was
whole
like a
outfit?
cooking? Like all they do is like they show their hands and stuff because they're cooking, and you don't see their whole.
We're not talking about a niche. We're not talking about something like that. We're literally talking about your personal blog, your personal vlog. Whatever it is, all I'm saying is, if I knew you in real life, I'd be like, girl, why you didn't get a full bite? Like, I guess I just want to see the whole scene. Even when people travel, give me the parts of the trip that I can't find on TripAdvisor. I want the whole picture, please, please.
Okay, okay. If what if someone would they were out and they were doing their vacation stuff and they were just taking nice landscapes and pictures of their cappuccino and stuff, like they're not really showing, them wakeboarding, or maybe they're not
Well,
wakeboarding.
I would ask, I know you wakeboarded, why you ain't do, why, how come you ain't have your
While we
GoPro
into the
strapped to
wakeboard.
your chest? You know what I'm saying? Also, that's still niche. If you just take landscape photos, that's what you do. I'm only talking about personal
Or
Instagram
maybe that's what
page.
they do with their personal. Maybe their personal is just like, you know what I do? I like to put pictures up
Well,
of
you won't catch
this
me
thing.
following you. And that's that. Because I need the full story. I need to see what you look like, your mama
Now,
look like.
they say Scorpios are nosier, but I feel like that's nosier than
It probably is. I ain't even going to argue that.
in the people
I'm
business.
not even going to argue that. Because in a minute, I'll be like, turn the camera so I can see. So you know what? You're right. You're right. You're right. Okay. Do you have one last hot take for the road?
One last hot take for the road. Well, I will go with today. It's winter in Texas, and Texans don't winter.
Oh
We
no.
don't know how.
Oh no.
We don't understand it. It is a completely foreign entity to us, and every time it does anything wintry, it causes so much anxiety. And so this morning it was 18 degrees this morning.
mm-hmm.
For context, it's supposed to be 70 on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Another Texas thing, but it snowed this morning when I was taking my baby to school, and I'm watching the snow swirl around. She's excited. It's snowing, it's snowing. And I was like, it is, baby, it is snowing. And inside, I'm like, oh my God, what if it stays? What if it sticks? I don't know. Like, hopefully we're
What?
not sticking. I'm just.
So the hot take is Texans don't handle winter
Texans
well.
don't handle winter well. It is not in us. Even if it was perfectly fine, that snow was gone. It's the snow gone. It literally snowed for like 45 minutes and it was gone. But inside, in my heart, just a little bit, I was like, Lord, don't let it have melted in a shady place and made ice in an ice patch under the bridge. And I was like, no, don't do it. And everybody was like, are we going to school today? Are we shutting down? Are the schools open? Like, what's happening? Is everything gonna go off as planned? Are we salted the roads already? We was ready for the snow and the ice and the whatnot, and it didn't do nothing. The snow in
See,
45
and
minutes.
I think that's
But
a
we all
no.
inside was like,
No, no. I think that's a no. Texas, of course, we don't do winter well. Look at us. We out here bedazzled, ready for the heat. Of course
we
we
all
do.
bedazzled, but we are not winterized. And
Yeah.
so, because my husband is from the Midwest, and he is very confused as to my attitude about about the wintry weather. I was like, should we take it to school? It's really cold. Like, it's supposed to snow. Like, what should we do? And he's just like, it's just cold. It's nothing. It's
I
supposed to
mean,
like go for
I
like
didn't
2 seconds.
I didn't think anything
Nothing happened.
about that weather. And I'm from Texas.
I think
I
that
don't know.
we should, as a group now, really embrace the idea that global warming has made weather a little weird, and that we're gonna get these wintry moments. And I think we as Texans need to figure out a way to put our minds in winter mindsets,
Girl, I'm
because we don't
already.
have it, and we keep getting winter. No, because you remember Ice Mageddon of 21.
Yeah, I feel like after freaking ice mageddon, everyone should have already been in winter mode. Look, our electricity is going to go out and we're going to get winter weather. Everybody should know that by now. Also, we could possibly get blown away by a hurricane. I mean, I'm good with those three things.
I feel like we're socialized more into tornadoes and hurricanes. Like, we know we in tornado alley. We know that. But winter is not something we have been socialized into, and
I think I've
we
just
should.
accepted it. There was no going back from ice mageddon. You hear? There was no going back.
Ice
There
Mageddon
was
changed
no
so many
going back.
things.
Yeah, no, there's no going back. So in my mind, I've just accepted, yeah, stuff happens. You just be ready. Be strong. Okay, Texas, if you're gonna be dumb, you
We need to
gotta
be
be tough.
acclimated. We need to be acclimated. And I include myself in this because I really was just like, oh, it's cold. It's going to snow. What's going to happen?
Mm. Well,
And meanwhile, my baby is just overjoyed just to see the snow. They
yeah,
collected some snow
kids
and then
don't
she
know
got
nothing.
to play with it. It was fun times for her.
Kids don't know
Meanwhile,
nothing.
me,
Yeah,
worry
no.
about my tires, my tire
Kids,
pressure gauge.
kids don't know nothing. Okay, well, on that note, my final hot take, because we're getting out of here. Texas, if you're gonna be stupid, you gotta be tough. So thank you for being on the pod. We might want to do one of these again. I'm sure we'll make a more offensive, mildly offensive, questionable hot takes, as times come. Tell the people where they can find you.
You can find me at Black Gold Texas T, the letter T, not the whole word T, on Instagram. And you can find me at Black Gold Texas T, the whole word T, on Blue Sky.
Oh, you spelled it out. Okay.
I did. It was available. It wasn't available on Instagram when I made it.
Okay, I get it. Okay. All right. Peace. As usual, don't forget to check out this episode's playlist on Spotify or YouTube by clicking the link in the bio.